Ah, Miss Hinkle lost her Dachshund. Well, I'm sure it'll turn up. I mean, there wasn't much kerosene in the turbine after all. The windshield is encrusted with dirt. Ah, there's a sign behind it. Maybe the name of the driver? Sure, Puff. Huh, well, that could spell anything. Toro! Hey, I said Toro! If anything, he seems even more bored now.
Another big and difficult screen. This is pretty much the crossroads screen, and it also has a scribble done by me. It's in my head very clearly, and I still know how I established the house's visuals. I'm actually a bit proud of the fawn facades and the golden roofs. We, of course, that is Micha and me, put a lot of thought into the composition of the houses. What would they be made of? We actually did concepts of wrecking balls, dredgers, cranes and garbage trucks, and then disassembled them. And all those engine parts and parts of the hull you never get to see are now jury-rigged roofs. I think that's quite exciting and enjoyable. In this screen though, I had a little argument with Bart, my lead game designer as well, who struggled with the abundance of exits and different levels. For example, one towards Tony's shop in the front, you can see it there on the right corner, or the water tower to the left and all that. Script-wise, this was a huge effort to get everything in there nice and clean. Then you have those long walking passages and so on. He basically threw his hands over his head, going all like, "Oh, Pokey, you can't freaking do that. The screen is an atrocity." Okay, he doesn't speak like that, but for the sake of story and content, I just wanted this long shot. So, it's a big crossroad screen, kind of an establisher of the town. Like a map. It's something I just desperately wanted. So it's a map, but also an ordinary screen with the flow of the story. And yeah, I got my way. To be honest, I don't know if that was beneficial to the game after all. Actually, I should really listen to what Bade says. I always should listen to what Bade says.
What? Hey, why aren't you working?
Because some joker removed the magnets from the detonation plan, that's why.
Huh, this is a map of the trash tunnels. I'd better ask Hannock how this all works. Hello, Hannock.
Oh, hey,
Rufus.
exactly.
Why aren't you working?
You mean, why am I doing just the same as you? Because some joker removed the magnets from the detonation plan, that's why.
Hey, I am very busy, actually. I've been running around all day, getting things done, and, picking stuff up and things like that.
Well, how about you find some new magnets for our detonation plan? Then we can finally continue work.
How exactly does that detonation plan of yours work?
Well, that's pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah, I doubt it.
The chief detonator uses magnets to mark the positions of the next 3 planned detonations. Then he rings a bell, and I give a signal to the miner who will on his part prepare the explosives in the mine shaft. And after that, we blow the thing up.
And then you start with the exciting part?
No. That's it, actually.
Yeah, I knew it. What exactly are you guys doing down there?
What do you think? We are trash hunters. We search for useful trash. Most of the time, trash is just junk, and so pretty useless. For instance, I have a whole collection of car keys for cars that have been scrapped ages ago.
Maybe you have my key, too.
I don't know. What was your name again?
Rufus.
Let me think. Rufus. Nope. I don't think I got your key.
Rufus.
Let me think. Rufus. Nope. I don't think I got your key.
Forget it.
Done. Anything else?
Is that your parrot?
Yes, we use it to detect dangerous fumes in the mine shaft.
Oh, what do you do when that happens?
We get a new parrot.
I see. Talk to you later.
See you,
Rufus?
Exactly.
Hello?
Hello. I'm starving. I've eaten nothing but worms for days now.
Ignore him. My wife sometimes talks to herself when she's down there. He must have picked that up from her.
We can't meet anymore. Although my husband is almost deaf, his bird has quite good ears.
Ah, Rufus. I thought you're on your way to Elysium. Have you come back to pay your tab?
Oh, that. Oh, well, listen, Lonzo. I planned to do that, but constructing an escape vehicle costs a lot. And,
Don't worry, Rufus. No one here expected you to make it.
Great. Thanks, I guess.
Lonzo's Bar. It's quite an interesting room content-wise. As a matter of fact, we rarely had moments, neither in the beginning or Wizard World or the Breakout, where the protagonist could feel at home in his environment. Okay, there was Cedric in the beginning of Wizard World, he had Trader, but you leave that behind within the first 2 screens, and in addition, it's a traveling circus, so even Cedric's environment isn't a familiar one for him. Edna, on the other hand, has no memory, and so she's in a complete unfamiliar place. And in the beginning, of course, we have Bent alone in his house at the fjord, and he immediately has to leave. But here we can explore Rufus' very own turf along with him. This way we can get character information between the lines through casual dialogue. What I found most interesting was that there are actually people who still tolerate Rufus' company, and Lonzo is among them. Despite the fact that Rufus is of course a load of trouble, and Lonzo is clearly annoyed by them, he still looks at it from a humorous point of view. There's a certain tongue-in-cheek attitude between those two. It's this talk where you get how both of them, and Benson for that matter, roll. And of course the synergy shines also through when talking to Tony. He even kind of reflects to that. It diminishes a bit later in the game, but it's solidly established nonetheless, which is quite remarkable. I mean, characters like Lonzo, Tony, Benzo, Those were characters I wrote really early. Orgizmo or Maya Lotec, they react in a way to Rufus as they can anticipate when he actually listens or when he just zones out, so they can throw all kind of stuff at him without any consequences. It's this subliminal love-hate relationship with Rufus. This permanent awful struggle to educate him about something while all you want to do is just to resign. That's something that came quite naturally while writing to these characters. I never consciously realized that it's kind of a logic consequence to the development, having to endure Rufus over a long period of time. In the course of the trilogy, Rufus will meet a lot of characters, and funny thing is, most of them they grow very similar to his old relationships, and that's quite exciting how all that comes together. It plays out quite well. This screen also deserves a comment for the featured music, and that's because this is the first screen not composed by Finn from Periscope, but it's in fact a snippet of a song I recorded for a friend of mine. By request I uploaded it to my YouTube channel. It's called Dünnes Eis, which is German for thin ice, and the riff nicely fits into the scene. After we finished production, I forgot the damn pub song we wanted. We have a pub in almost every game, and only in the end I remembered it. Same thing with Harvey's New Eyes, and then again with Chaos on Deponia. I just tend to forget the odd pub song. You can't just reuse some other track there. You need something unique in the bar to create this pub atmosphere. And that's why I decided to put that part of my track in there. Thank God we did fine with Goodbye Deponia. We composed a song, or Finn composed a song for Goodbye Deponia for the pub scene. But to be honest, 1 week after the release, I woke up in a state of mind panic, written by one thought. It really happened. I said, oh crap, we forgot to include that pub song. That really didn't. It only got used that one time in the sewer scene from Goodbye Deponia, but we definitely included it. Just seems like I have developed kind of a deeply rooted phobia of forgetting a pub song. Pub song amnesophobia, something like, since Harvey's New Eyes and Chaos on Deponia really gave me nightmares. Luckily, there's that 8-bit song, great one too, in Goodbye Deponia, but we'll get there. Until then, stay tuned!
Lonzo.
Yeah?
Long time no see, Lonzo.
Long time indeed.
Anything new?
Hey, you know how Kuvak is. Nothing ever happens in Kuvak.
Yep, without me, this place would be dead.
Well, without you, there would be fewer explosions, I know that much.
It must be pretty sad for all of you that I'll be gone soon.
It's almost unbearable. Almost.
How about a shot of that old Worry Begone?
Well, that depends. Will you ever pay me what you owe?
Of course. I just need to get some money first. But you know that I'm always true to my word.
If you find a new word that makes you look less like a fraud.
Well said, Lonzo. Well said. Tony really gets on my nerves.
Well, that's your version.
Wait, did she come here too?
Someone had to pay for the table you broke yesterday.
Yeah, that was an awesome performance, wasn't it? Look at me! I'm Tony! Scold, scold, scold! Whine! Fret, fight, scream! Yeah, I know. Perfect impression. You won't believe what happened to me today.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. So why don't you keep your story to yourself this time?
But it's got everything. Action, drama, romance.
Oh, a dragon too.
No.
In that case, I'm not interested.
Now that you mention it, yes, there really was a dragon.
Too late. Damn.
I have to go. Adventure awaits. You know how it is.
Yeah, whatever.
What's that supposed to be? Is Lonzo building a cactus press? Or a faster mixer? Impossible. He would surely have asked me to help.
Oh yes! What we see here is the first Micha screen, the first screen Micha actually has drawn. And you can see with an overly critical eye that there are still some rudimentary textures he ditched on the way or changed something. He revised it several times. The more we got into the world of Deponia, the more we got an eye for details. Yes, this could be a little bit different, or this can be like blah, blah, blah. In this case, though, the first draft looked quite similar to what we got in the end. There was a bit less texture to it, a bit less cartoony, and some more daring textures on single objects. Yeah, I remember clearly that this was our only screen for a long time, and we'd show it at presentations to get potential investors hooked for our big project, Deponia. Game-wise, not too much happens here, as it's more of a crossroad. Of course, it gets you into the environment, and of course there's Hanek in the lower left, who contributes to the mythology of the trash scouts. But what I like most are those hints and bits of story concerning Hanek and his wife happening later in the dialogue, especially when you use items with Hanek, like the parrot and all that. Some hilarious stuff will happen, believe me. All in all, I'm very happy we had this scene as our first. It didn't really help us selling the project though, so it took us years until we got Deponia signed. But I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Huh? The emergency station is closed for lunch? Oh, great. Well, what if there's an emergency now? My nuclear power-propelled satellite could crash into Kuvak. Or the grizzlies could break free from my treadmills. I mean, isn't anyone thinking on their feet here?
Please form a line, people. Draw a waiting...
Draw a waiting number, and the mayor will see you in a short while.
What's going on here? Did someone refill the peanut jar?
A girl fell from the sky. They say she's a real beauty. The mayor's about to decide who's going to give her shelter.
Yeah, well, I doubt he'll have a hard time to decide once he's heard my story. I saved that girl from the Dark Exchequer. I am responsible for her.
Nice try, buddy. But I've made up a good story, too. Mine even has a dragon in it. So move to the back of the line and draw a number like everyone else.
The mayor wants to decide what? Who will what? Give her shelter?
Low-Tech thinks the girl should be, integrated into our community. And someone has to nurse her back to health. I hope the mayor will choose me. She could give me a hand in the mud pits. Ever since I cut my fingertips while scrubbing rust, I tend to get infected cuticles.
You want her to scrub rust for you? That's outrageous.
Why? What do you want the girl for? Rufus? Rufus!
Huh? Oh, what? The girl belongs to me.
That'll be determined by the mayor.
Well, how do I get to the mayor?
That's easy. Take a number and stand at the end of the line.
Couldn't you let me cut in? See, I'm in a bit of a hurry, and...
I see. Well, if that's the case... Do you want my chair? Shall we get you something to drink while you're waiting? We could bake a cake for you, too.
Really? I like cactus cake, but no raisins. Thanks very much. And... Oh. I see. Crap. Now I'm hungry. No, really, let me go first. Listen, Rufus, a minute ago that was a nice little joke, but now it's half annoying.
And half sad.
Where's the girl now?
She's lying in the assembly hall. Dr. Gizmo is with her. They say she's unconscious.
I hope she isn't injured.
So do I. So do I.
It's not easy stacking exhaust pipes with broken arms.
Nice hats. Did I miss a trend or something?
The roofer switched to making hats, 'cause it hasn't rained for months.
I see. And I'm sure the trousers are from the guy who used to make tarps, right?
Hey, my wife made them for me.
Well, thanks for nothing. I'll skedaddle. I'll skedaddle. Hello, Lottie.
You too. You too? Dear me, what a day.
Where's the girl from Elysium?
Princess Sugar... yeah, Princess Sugar Bottom? Oh, she's lying around in the assembly hall. Of course, I knew you came because of her. It's always the same. Always the same. A beautiful young girl in a tight jumpsuit falls from the sky heavily injured, and immediately everyone's falling over themselves to help her. Hussy! Hussy!
I want to see the mayor.
Everyone, everyone does. Take a number and wait your turn.
How does this waiting number thing work?
Do I really have to explain that to you? Did you fall on your head as well?
Yes, actually, but I was able to roll with the punch.
Well, obviously you started rolling too late. The thing over there is the waiting number dispenser. You receive a waiting number. You just take one, and then you wait until the number comes up. Your number.
Hold your horses, not so fast. How am I supposed to take notes like that? Can you make an exception and let me in before the others?
It's your turn when your number comes up. No exceptions.
Not even for me?
Especially not for you!
I officially want to deregister my residence here on Deponia.
Although a lot of people will be glad to hear that. Me, for instance. That won't be possible today. The mayor is pretty busy at the moment.
I'll skedaddle.
Don't let the door hit you.
Number 66. Almost my lucky number.
Stop right there. Where do you think you're going?
I'll go to Elysium with Goal.
In that case, you're in the wrong place. This door leads to the mayor's office, and access is strictly by numbers only. So draw a number or bugger off.
Goal! I have to talk to her. She's got to know who her savior is.
Rufus, do you have to snoop around here?
Hi, Inspector Gizmo.
That's Dr. Gizmo. As you know, I hold all 3 positions in this emergency station, and right now, I'm a doctor. And as a doctor, I have the right to ask, why are you bothering my patient?
She's an acquaintance of mine. I wanted to see how she's doing. Her name is Goal.
So, the Elysian is an acquaintance of yours, eh? Very funny. Well, as long as your lacking sense of reality doesn't keep me from doing my job, knock yourself out. Look after your acquaintance, but make it snappy. That's enough.
What? Come on!
Enough daydreaming for today. My patient needs rest. Well, at At least I guess that she needs rest. In order to know for sure, she would have to wake up first.
She's unconscious. What's wrong with her? What does she need?
To be more conscious, obviously. For further tests, she would have to be awake. Unfortunately, none of my remedies seem to work.
Well, how about some really strong coffee?
Ha! The coffee that can be of help here needs to be brewed.
Doesn't every coffee need to be brewed?
Yes, right, but
Hey, not to worry, Dr. Gizmo. I have a plan.
do the world a favor and spare us your plans, Rufus. Your wacky plans have never done anyone any good, except that the mayor granted me a larger file cabinet for patients' histories.
So, this is the assembly hall. It's one of those scenes where our Alex, who played Goal, really shined. Or rather, an incredible acting job on Goal's part, who may want to give us all the details about how tough this was in terms of acting to transport the concept of a sleeping beauty into this hall. The scene is heavy with fate and has this aura of great expectations. How did you do that?
Yeah, I imagined this a bit differently, actually. I was promised a lead role, after all.
Yeah, whoa, wait a minute. It is, in fact, a leading role. It's a very important, central role.
I hardly had any lines.
Yeah, maybe, but you had presence. That's what a Sleeping Beauty scene is all about, presence. I think we have to cut now. I have a lot of exciting questions to ask, of course, but I don't want to forestall too much, so we postpone that until later screen and commentary. After all, I want you to stay tuned, and also let's not ruin the mentioned aura with too much babble. That being said, see you on the next screen.